Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. In this video, we're going to be installing Vaultwarden using Docker and we're going to be exposing it using Cloudflare. So just to quickly cover some key points here. So again, what we're going to be doing is deploying Vaultwarden, which is essentially a recreated version written in Rust of Bitwarden. Now, all the features that you're familiar with Bitwarden and the UI and the user experience and everything like that is the same, but I think there's a couple of features that may be missing, but the majority of what you're probably familiar with Bitwarden is all here in Vaultwarden now. And the key thing here is Vaultwarden is being made specifically for self-hosters and small teams and stuff like that, and it's a lot more lightweight compared to Bitwarden. Now, I have covered Bitwarden before, and deploying it using Docker, so if you're curious on checking that out, it will be somewhere in the top. And also, for this, we're going to be using Docker Compose. So again, a link will probably be in the description or somewhere at the top for getting set up with Docker and just getting into a position where you can follow this video. And then also for using Cloudflare, if you're not quite familiar with how you use Cloudflare for exposing your services to the internet and securing them, make sure to go check out that video as well. All of these will be linked, so make sure to check them out. The reason we use Cloudflare is that it handles all the HTTPS for us, it protects everything for us as well, so we don't have to be worried about port forwarding or anything like that. It's all handled for us. All right. Enough talking. Let's have a quick look at my current implementation of Vaultwarden that I've just deployed, and then I'm going to walk you through the entire process. So this is Vaultwarden, right? And this probably looks quite familiar because, again, as you can see even at the bottom here, it says the unofficial Bitwarden server. So the great thing with when you're deploying Vaultwarden like this, all of the front-end apps like the official Bitwarden client will work with your Vaultwarden server, which is awesome. So at the top here, you can see it's vaultwarden.electron.xyz. That's the domain name that I have set up in Cloudflare that's exposing my local service, which is Vaultwarden, right? So here you can see we've got new, we can create a new item, login, card, identity, secure note, all of that good stuff. Passwords, it's all there. Now this here is actually my one pass that's showing up here, not Vaultwarden suggesting that, but I'm pretty sure that, yeah, it can, generate your passwords and all of that good stuff. You can add a new organization if you want. Under tools, we've got a password generator. We can also import data. So I could be wrong here. Oh no, right here. So if you've got a password file from your Bitwarden and you want to move over to Vaultwarden, you can grab it and import it here. Key pass, last pass, one pass, all of this stuff here. If you've got them and you're wanting to move, you can import them all here. You can also export it as well if you want. And then your reports. So this is quite cool. So you can see if your passwords have ever been part of a breach or anything like that. It's saying here that none of mine have, but that's great because I actually have no passwords in here. So yeah. But yeah, that's essentially it. If you're familiar with it, with Bitwarden and password managers, I don't think I need to go through all of this. I think you get the understanding. But what you're probably more interested in is how do you host this? So let's go through with getting that all set up. Rightio, let's begin. So what we've got here is Vaultwarden, right? And this is the GitHub. So you can see that just 4 hours ago that they made some commits. So it's all very active and it's all being worked on. So on the right hand side here, you can see the unofficial Bitwarden compatible server written in Rust, formerly known as Bitwarden RS, okay? And if we scroll down, they've got some features that they kind of explain, and I kind of covered them just before. And you can see the installation here is a matter of 2 commands. You can also install this using Docker Compose as well if you want, but I'm just trying to showcase how easy it is to get this deployed and also how easy it is to secure it using Cloudflare. So if you're following along, all we need to do is first pull the Vaultwarden server image, which this is my Electron Cloud server where everything will be running. So you can paste that command in here. Again, copying and pasting commands off the internet isn't advisable, but if you're familiar with what the command does, then you're all right. But just make sure you understand what you're actually copying and pasting. So we'll hit enter, and that's going to pull the Vaultwarden server latest version of that image. Now I already have this image locally, so I don't need to pull it. You can see here that the image is all up to date. If this is your first time running it, it's going to download, but it's very lightweight, so it shouldn't take long at all. Heading back to the GitHub. So we need the second command here. So before I run this, I'm going to read it and explain it to you. So Docker run. We're creating a container. Pretty self-explanatory. -D is running in detached mode, which means this container will continue to run in the background of our server, just doing its thing. If you don't have that, what's going to happen is the container is going to run in the foreground, and as soon as we close out of it, the container will stop. We don't want that. We're naming the container Vaultwarden, perfect, and we're going to use a volume, which is called VW Vaultwarden -data, so that's where everything's going to live, and it's being mapped to the data directory with inside of the container. Now this restart and let's stop, what this means is that even if our server stops and restarts, this container will come back up, okay? Unless we specifically stop it. Otherwise, it will always try to restart itself. And the ports that it's running on, let me just see if I can make that a bit smaller. You can see it's running on port 8080, okay? Yes, this is on HTTP, but everything, it's in the official documentation, and I'll show you it in a second. Everything runs via HTTPS. You can't even make an account unless the wherever you're accessing Vaultwarden from is protected via HTTPS. Otherwise, you can't even create an account. So it's running on port 80 locally, but when we expose this via Cloudflare, Cloudflare will handle all the HTTPS for us to expose this. Okay, so 80 here, but when we access it, it will be HTTPS. And you can see here that we're using the Vaultwarden server latest image that we just pulled. So all we need to do is hit enter, and that will deploy our container. Okay, so if we hit enter, boom, we have our container up and running. So what we can do now is we now have our container up and running, and if, like I said before, if we try do anything with it, it's not going to let us, and I'll show you this. So as you can see at the top here, Electron Cloud, this is just a local IP address. I've just given it a local DNS setup, so I've been able to access it via its hostname, which is Electron Cloud. But you can see we've accessed it, right? This isn't publicly exposed. This is the equivalent of accessing it via its IP address locally. But let me just explain to you why we're using Cloudflare for HTTPS. So if I hit a create account, I'll put in some default values real quick. Right. So these are my just test details real quick. So test@test.com, name test, we've got a password in there, and then the master password hint. Now if I go to click create account, let's see what happens. This browser requires HTTPS to use the web vault, okay? So we need HTTPS, and this is where Cloudflare comes in. We're going to expose this publicly because one, we want to be able to actually access, we're not always going to be home, and we want to be able to access our client that we have installed on our phone needs to reach back to the server, right? And this is how we do it. We're going to use Cloudflare. And again, if you're not familiar with Cloudflare and how we set up Cloudflare tunnels to be able to interact with our containers and then expose them to the web, go check out that video. Rightio, so here we are on my Cloudflare page. And you can see I've got a bunch of domains here. So the one that I'm going to be using is electron.xyz, but we're not going to click in there. On the left-hand side, if you've watched the video, you'll be aware of where we're going. We're going into Zero Trust. So let's click Zero Trust. And then under Access and then Tunnels, we can see here that I only have the one tunnel, and this is how I expose all my local services to the web. So all we're going to do is click into my existing tunnel, and we'll add a public hostname, and we'll now set this up. So Vaultwarden, choose our domain, which was Electron. I could choose any domain to be honest, but that's the domain I'm going with. Set the service type. So this is how it's being accessed locally. We access it via HTTP, right? This isn't how it's going to be exposed. This is just how we access it locally, access the container locally, and what the IP address is being exposed, right? So we need to go grab the IP address of my server. So if I just do an IP, ADDR, let's grab it. I know it starts with 192. There it is right there. So let's copy that and head back, paste that in. Now to confirm that this is the correct one, what I can do is open up a new tab. At the top here, paste that in, hit enter, and we hit Vaultwarden. So this is going to expose what we can access here locally, but with that domain name. And we'll go save hostname. And now we should be able to go to vaultwarden.electron.xyz, and we should be able to hit our Vaultwarden instance. Right, so there it is, vaultwarden.electron.xyz. So if I hit enter, and there we are. So I've just gone to the vaultwarden.electron.xyz, and now I can create an account, and now this time we're not going to get that error message. All right, so techdocs@test.com, name, techdocs. Put my password in there, master password hint. And then check no data breaches for this password, which is quite cool. If it was in your password's ever been exposed, it will tell you. But now let's hit create an account and let's see if we get that warning message or not. Create account. Boom, we've created our account. So now we can hit continue, enter our master password, and there we go. We are now in Vaultwarden. So you're now free to use this how you would with Bitwarden. If you're interested in how this works on mobile with using the official Bitwarden app and being able to configure it to our service that we've just created, hang on to the end. I'm going to just create a recording using my phone, so make sure to watch right at the end and I'll show you that setup as well. But just quickly to kind of backtrack a little bit and just explain what we've just done so you can understand it before we close up, let me just kind of cover all of that for you. So starting from the GitHub, what we've done is we've just come down here and we've done two things. We ran a command to pull the latest image. We've then run a command to create our container, which is running Vaultwarden. Easy, right? And then now that was up and running, we could access it locally via the local IP address, but what happens is that the APIs all need to be via HTTPS, okay? So our Vaultwarden service needs to be accessed via HTTPS. There's many ways to go about this, but in this example, I used Cloudflare. Now, in the Cloudflare configuration, I have an existing tunnel, and again, I've got a video explaining how to get that all set up. I then mapped a host name to the IP address of the local container to be able to expose it on the domain name vaultwarden.electron.xyz. I hope that helped you to understand how you can go about hosting your own instance of Vaultwarden. If you have any questions, please ask me in the comments below or on my Discord if you're keen on jumping in there and having a chat. I'm generally around, just give me a message and I'm more than happy to help you out. Members, YouTube members get one-to-one support with me for anything specific. If you need me to help you guide or go through the install process with you, I'm more than happy to take the time out to help you with that, providing you are a member. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, and if you're sticking around to check out me installing Bitwarden on my phone, I'll show you that right now. Rightio, so what I've done is I've got Bitwarden client now installed. I just installed it on my iPhone via the App Store. So what I can do now is where it says logging in or logging in on, I can click that and then click self-hosted, right? And now it's going to ask me for my server information. So I can just set all this up, so HTTPS. Right, that's the domain name. Don't need to change any of that, and I can hit save. And then the email address. So it was techdocs@test.com. Pretty sure it was a capital T. I don't think that matters, but and then a password. Log in, and there we go. I'm now in my vault. This is the exact same vault that I had on my server, and now I can add items and all of that good stuff. So there we go.